from society. Neuralink is the first chip implanted into the human brain that directly links the human brain with the hard drive of a physical computer without a wire, without a cable. So it's like Bluetooth technology. It's beyond Bluetooth, but you can think of it that way. So what he's saying is, if you can't beat the machines, join them. He said, let's interface, let's become one with these machines. So
what do you think about that?
So they have the chips that can be implanted into the brain, and I mean, think about what's happening. These are silicon chips that have contact points that are interfacing with human neurons. My personal feeling is it's a mistake. My personal feeling. I believe it's a dangerous path, and I also believe it's an unnecessary path, because we have the biology that allows us to do already. We have this, what those chips are allowing us to do if we awaken that biology. The Matrix is the perfect example of this. In the movie The Matrix, the people who were awakening into the new reality, when they needed to learn something quickly, they had a port at the base of their skull, and they would physically plug a cable into a computer, a hard drive, and they could download and learn programs very quickly. We have the ability to do right now through what are called mirror neurons. Interestingly, mirror neurons are a specialized class of neurons in the human brain that don't know the difference between watching an experience and having the experience. So when we already know this, for example, this is why you can lie on your couch on a Sunday afternoon watching a soccer game or a golf tournament or whatever. You're lying down, but you're watching this and your heart's racing, your muscles are tense, you might be perspiring, you might be, breathing heavy, but you're just lying there. I mean, if you think about that, it makes no sense. Your mirror neurons think you're the one on the field.
Right, which is why we watch.
It is. And these are very powerful neurons, and they're also powerful in addiction. This is why pornography, for example, is so powerful. It's so addicting, because when someone witnesses those images with the mirror neurons, it triggers the oxytocin and the same dopamine, the same very addictive chemistry, because the brain doesn't know the difference between watching and having the experience. So these are the bad things that we hear. The good things that we don't often hear is because the brain doesn't know the difference. When we learn to access these mirror neurons in a very specific way, we have super learning, Brian. We can learn. So I do this personally. I mean, we can learn very, very quickly. We can learn music. You can learn to perform the way another musician's performing. You can learn a foreign language very quickly. You can not only retain, but recall information. Very super learning, super memory, super retention, super recall from the mirror neurons. And here's the kicker. Those mirror neurons in the human brain are in the 6th layer of the neurocortex that is made possible through a mysterious DNA fusion that happened 200,000 years ago. When we showed up, who or whatever is responsible for our existence, whatever's the source of the intervention that appears to have happened, made those neurons possible. And it gives us the ability, if we choose to access this potential, to learn and experience very, very quickly. We don't need to be physically connected to a computer. But this is an example of where, if we don't know that, and we go down this road, I mean, it won't stop there. We end up giving our power away, right, to a device. And you've heard the old axiom: if use it or lose it. And we run, I think, the risk of becoming a species where we begin to lose this tremendous, beautiful potential.
And we are losing parts of that already, because we're no longer kind of learning the same way and pushing our brains to learn languages. It's all
mathematics.
Google Translate.
Ask the young people today to solve a mathematic problem.
I'm gonna stop it here. Okay. The video that you had just seen was from it's basically going spot on with this, but giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Come at you again with another quick lesson. Give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that do rule well. Peace, love, hope, salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered across the four corners of the word. Shalom to you, Akim, that's out there preaching this truth via highways and byways, via the internet. Shalom to you, Agwas. Shalom to you, few children. Just gonna come at you again with another quick lesson from what you had just seen. Was talking about the Neuralink technology. So I'm just gonna go ahead with Revelations. I'm just gonna get a lot of this. It's Revelations 13. I'm probably gonna read 14 on down. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of their miracles, which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And you had just seen, if you was listening, watching the video, they was just explaining with that Neuralink technology what it's going to basically do. It's going to basically make you basically superior or something like that. I mean, the Israelites are already superior, but what they're trying to do, they're trying to turn people into cyborgs. Because if you listen to, I wouldn't really be surprised if they try to insert something in there to depopulate the population, meaning you don't really have to really have sex with a woman, because they could use that Neuralink technology to control and alter your mind, and you're not going to have you can experience having the sex with a woman in your mind to a whole different aspect. And if somebody else has it, a woman has it, and you have it, and y'all are maybe connected to each other, because it says it's going to have Bluetooth technology or something. I'm pretty sure 5G is going to power it up, the technology. Y'all might can have sex that way, via mind control. So, man, this devil, man, you can't trust this devil at all. This is some wicked, evil shit, and he's going to try to make it seem like this is as harmless as possible. And he had the power to give life into the image of the beast, but the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. So if you don't receive that mark, and if you don't really just bow down to this system and these philosophies and stuff like that, but arguably, if you don't receive that mark, that pledge saying that Esau is your daddy, Esau is your Lord, it said, as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. So you're going to have some that's not going to be taking it, and they're going to be, they're going to lose their lives. Some, but not all. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that Neuralink technology was in the forehead. Whichever part of your brain lets you use the most for your thought pattern, that's where that Neuralink technology needs, man. Come on, man. Come on, it's plain as day. People should be able to see, because you have a lot of people that's waking up and saying this, but man, if you haven't woken up, then that's scary, because man, we're gonna be in a time like no other. These devils is really trying to bring some demolition man type shit. They don't make these movies, man, just to make them. I mean, some, but they have their agendas in plain sight. Cause on the demolition man, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had the chip and everything, and he could be identified, and he was getting fined. I think Wesley Snipes was getting fined for every time he cursed. Come on, man. It's similar to South Park. Not to get off the topic. South Park, the movie, they had put, it was called a RD or R something, but it was still a chip, and they put it in the little fat one. It's in Cartman. They put it in his mind, and they altered him. Every time he would swear, it would zap him. And I was like, damn, that reminds me of Demolition Man. And it reminds me of the scripture. So for years, man, these devils, man, been been planning this. You know, they can put it in the cartoons and the movies because people are like, oh man, this is humor, man. This ain't nobody gonna believe this. But when this comes to your doorstep, you're gonna see this thing was legitly real. You know, because this devil's, man, he's coming down with great wrath soon. You know, so we just gotta be alert and be prepared. You know, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. You know, because two types of mark. You got the carnal mark, and then you got the spiritual mark. Esau's a carnal man, you know, so he's gonna get you with the charagma, you know, engravement. He's gonna try to, you know, because all charagma means, you know, engravement, mark you. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a spiritual mark, you know, that exempts people from death in different aspects of that thing. You know, really, all Esau's trying to do, he's trying to world police the whole, you know, the whole world. You know, he wants to police the whole world. He wants to control the whole world. That's why it says in verse 16, it don't say some, it don't say many, it says all. He calls us all, everybody, from the small to the great, to the rich to the poor, to the ones that's locked up, to the ones that's walking around, to the nobodies, to the somebodies. All. That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You know, here's wisdom. Let him that have the understanding count the number of the beast, for is the number of the man. His number is 666. So 666. And 666 is what you see when on a barcode. You know, because if you ever look at a barcode, it's divided in 3 ways, and it all equals up to 666. You know, so I just wanted to just spot on that. You know, these devils are going to use that technology, man, to try to, you know, alter people. And they're going to alter a lot of people. And they're going to artillery a lot of people. Time to alterated beast. You know, something that's not good. But, you know, our power relies on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, we just got to pray that in that hour, you know, the hour of temptation, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua put the spirit on us to not take it at all. You know, so this is just another lesson, you know, telling you, know, don't take that mark, you know, via forehead, via arm, you know, don't take it. You know, this is just a fair warning of how these devils, they're going to try to come, you know, at you with all types of different angles of how harmless this technology can be. Or it can help you to move, and because they're going to use this technology to do a lot of false miracles. You know, a lot of false miracles. You know, like someone that might been paralyzed and they get it, now they can walk and shit. Now they can run. So this devil, man, he's very, very crafty. Like they say, he's wiser than Daniel, and Daniel was a very wise man. So this devil is very crafty. But be not ignorant to Satan's devices. You know. But with that being said, this is just another quick video. I just wanted to share that with, you know, with my people that's out there. Gotta know about this technology, you know. Gotta know about how this devil is just playing the moves, because he's the devil. And so he's going to try to use everything in his arsenal to try to make this thing look as harmless as possible. But man, we know, based on what Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 and 17 says, you know, and verse 15, we know that we're not supposed to take this, because it's a reason why this is put in the scriptures, to let people know this is the mark of the beast. You know, via hand or via forehead, it's still his mark. You know, and if you take that mark, you're going to be destroyed with that lake of fire, that nuclear destruction. Okay? So, with that being said, matter of fact, hold on. Okay, let me just get this. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. And the saints shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation means righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they had no rest day or night. Whoever worshipped the beast in his image, and whoever received the mark of his name. So that's going to be your reward for receiving that mark. You know? That's going to be it. See? Oh, here you go. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, this was what's going to happen to you. Like it said in verse 10 and verse 11. You know, you're going to be destroyed. You don't want to feel that wrath for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You're going to feel all that. You know. So, with that being said, I hope this video is edifying. Don't take that chip. Don't receive that mark. You know, at all. So, Shalom.